freestyling off the top, rhyme traveling is time traveling. It's the past, present, future, and other dimensions all at once. My goal, any MC's goal, is to take you on a ride.
What does it look like when you reach the darkest place? What does that feel like, and where does transformation from that place come from? What kept coming to me was this pose. I kept coming to this gesture, or it kept coming to me representing overwhelm, grief, desperation, and discouragement. And these things felt consistent with the environment around me. And so what does transformation from that place look like? Where does it start? The most obvious answer was that to come out of the darkness, we need light. But then thinking about my own experiences with grief, with loss, with overwhelm and discouragement, I know that what I've wanted, what I see us as humans wanting, is an external solution. And so this was what I aimed for initially with the piece. It was about transformation, about the moment that we go inside when it's dark outside, and we find that we still have hope and light within.
One afternoon, I came outside with my scholars for recess. I recognized that my scholars were actually playing basketball, utilizing the no parking signs as the basketball goal. And that's when it dawned upon me that, some things needed to happen.
Not having access to free places to play, safe places to play, hurts a lot of these communities.
I'm just so happy to see everything come together. Everything is coming to fruition. And I'm just so eager to see the excitement on the faces of my scholars when they retire.
I see myself in these kids. To be able to give them the opportunities that I didn't have when I was little is something that's amazing to see.
Jenn's style is what I would describe as somewhat ethereal and evocative and even visceral, I would say.
That's what I'm saying, is that transition from you just express yourself and use that creative energy, and then you're about to retreat back into yourself to kind of recharge. You also have kind of this, in both of these, there's that like shining kind of white light at your chest. So there's that like pure, you're connected to that pure source energy as you perform, and you're doing it with integrity and connection.
My name is Antar, graffiti historian, archivist, and educator. Thinking about Atlanta in the late 80s, early 90s, almost immediately I noticed that Atlanta had a different flavor.
I have these spots in my head and I have nightmares of them before I do them. And that's when I know I have to hit a spot.
One of the first things that drew me to public art or graffiti was writing Marta, really.
A lot of these old writers, it felt like they were, trying to transcend whatever their environment was, and, they wanted to see themselves as royalty.
It's a selfless thing to project art on the wall, and it's not just your name, it's not just about you.
I've always played around with art outside of graffiti, but I would say once I got into graffiti, it was over with.
The crews that were really doing the most work at the time all had the word Kings in their name.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Let me tell you of a wall-less church, a congregation of women in the business of saving. Women who, when given the trash and the broken, have refused to think you disposable. Women who do the heavy lifting while the world watches from the sidelines. Women who serve as a second womb for the motherless. And we let you bask in the greatness. That is, should you be so lucky to be granted this magic, cause we might side-eye you to kingdom come. Might roll our eyes until you poof and disappear. And ain't that sorcery? The way our defenses protect us from the elements, from a winter of the undeserving, intent on getting all of our harvest. And you so vain, you think we do this for you.